Hi.
Hello.
So today we're going to do a review on a book called The Syndicate. It is by Shelena Shorts, and she is a very good author friend of ours. She has written the Pace series, which we love, and we'll have a review on that at another time.
Yeah, because it's 4 books in the series.
4 books in the series, and that's going to be a longer review. However, like we were saying, the book is called The Syndicate by Shelena Shorts. Publisher is Landing Atlantic Publishing?
No, Lands Atlantic.
Oh, Lands Atlantic Publishing. It was released July 9th. And the cover design is by Jose, I'm sorry, I don't want to mess up your name, but Jose Aponte.
Yeah, Jose Aponte, I think.
Okay. So I'm going to read a little plot that I put together for the book. So
while she's reading, I'm going to show y'all what the cover looks like.
Okay.
Because of course I bought it. I think it's available in paperback, but
it is available in paperback.
I
did the Kindle, so that's what the book looks like.
See that.
Isn't he just gorgeous? Gorgeous, hazel eyes, light hair. My kind of man. Okay, so the plot is our hero Vazi. I'm going to say Vazi P because I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I don't want to, wreck his last name, but it's Vazi Petrescu.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I'm going to call him Vazi P, okay? Is a part of an ancient secret group called the Syndicate who hunt down hybrids who threaten the human society. So the Syndicate only has male targets, except for Riley, who is this 17-year-old girl who Vazi is now ordered to eliminate. After unanswered questions, many shocking revelations through the book, Vazi has to decide on either keeping Riley alive or killing her. Okay? So basically, it's more like, which will win out. His loyalty
to
his family, to the Syndicate, to the order that he, grew up in, or, the truths that he later on found out. Okay? We're going to take a pause break before we get to our in-depth review of the book, which includes spoilers. So
if you don't want this to be spoiled, you should really click the pause button and
go read the book.
Go read the book, which is available right now on Kindle.
Yep.
And I believe it is available on
paperback. Yep.
Yeah. So go ahead, push that pause. If you don't push the pause, that means that
you're okay with spoilers.
You're okay with spoilers. We're about to go in. You said when the book came out, right?
July 9th.
July 9th. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was on a train reading it.
We'll give y'all that break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough. Break's over.
Right.
All right. So our hero, because this book is in a male POV.
Yeah, and POV just means point of view for those who don't know. Is Vazi, I believe it's in first character?
Yes.
Is it?
I think it is, because he's like, I do this and I do
that. It's a first person. First person male POV, which when I talked to Shelena when she when she was actually writing this book, I was talking to her through Facebook, and she said that she's writing, because I asked her about her other series called The Pace. Oh my God, where's this man coming from? Okay.
God, Ned's attacking us in here.
Oh my God. So she was saying that she's writing a book that's in a male point of view, and I said, wow, like I haven't read a book that was in a male point of view since Perks for Being a Wallflower by Stephen. Oh God, I forget his last name.
Don't mess up that name either.
I don't know. I love that book, and that was back in the 90s when I read it, like 98, 99. But so that was the last time I read a book that was through a male's perspective. So I said, okay, I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a try. Something different, because most of the books that are out right now
are
part of female point of view.
Females
Whether it's third person, first person, is through the eyes of the
or a female, then a male, then a male, then a female.
This is strictly
male point of view.
Yeah, so that was kind of nice, and I was excited for this book to come out.
Very excited that this book came out.
We want to go into like first of all, Shelena creates this universe. Mm-hmm. So it's something different. It's not our usual paranormal, like the vampire, the werewolves, or anything like that, or shifters. She created her own universe. So you want to go into what's that all about?
I'll say first I'll tell you about the characters. You have Vasil Petrisky. I don't know how to say this last name, but sorry if I didn't fit it anyway. But Vasi, they call him Vasi. He is our hero of the book. And then we have our heroine, who is Riley Bennett. And then some supporting characters in the book is Vasi's little sister, Rosie. I guess you would call him best friend. Would you call him his best friend?
Yeah.
Or like his closest friend.
His closest friend.
His name is Daniel, but they call him Danny.
And somebody he looks up to as a father, because Vasi's parents passed away. Y'all already know.
Exactly. So Danny, his father's name is Henry, who is also an elder in this
kind of like head of their division.
Basically, and then you have the antagonist, who is Alexandru.
But you didn't know that he was the antagonist.
You really didn't. You just knew that he was a jerk, but you didn't know that he was an antagonist. I mean, it was a character that you loved but hated at the same time, because he's such a jerk. He's so sexy. Oh my God, he's a sexy jerk. Anyway,
he drives a CL600.
That's all she cares about. He drives a CL600, so I like him.
I say, let's give him a chance.
Let's give him a chance. No,
but
he probably has a past that nobody knows about. Yeah, he does.
Well, as far as like the universe is concerned, the characters, or I should say the types, are readers, shadows, guards, scouts, elders, and this force called hybrids.
Yes. So a hybrid is basically an infected human. They have yellow tinged eyes. They have yellow tinged nails. They have basically like jaundice, if anybody knows what jaundice is. It's a skin discoloration that causes it to look like a yellow tint. Very dry skin. I mean, they just kind of look nasty when they get full hybrid on you.
Zombies on crack.
It is zombies on crack. It is. It's like, almost like the Dawn of the Dead, but, it's not a lot of them. And their spine is wider at the base of their neck. So their necks are like huge. Their spines are like huge, like a hump or something at the back of the neck. A reader is basically
and the hybrids kill humans.
Right? Oh, no. They don't kill humans. They infect them.
Yeah, infect them. That's right.
Yeah, so they
can
make their numbers
quote bad. So
they're like the bad guys of the book.
The readers, they have this like psychic ability to find out who is a hybrid.
Yeah.
And to also find out what's in store for like,
what's going to happen to the future of the Syndicate and all that stuff.
And stuff like that. So, and they're protected by what's called shadows. And they're like ex-guards or whatever, and they protect the readers to make sure nothing happens to them.
Because the hybrids, they evolved, and now they know that they have these readers out there that can find them. So every reader has a shadow to protect them.
Right, and I think all of the readers are females. Am I mistaken?
Yes.
Yeah, all of the readers are females, and the shadows obviously are men. The guards, they are the ones that go out and kill the hybrid. to protect the human race. Now, the thing about the Syndicate, before I go on, that I don't think you said was that they're like the government knows about them.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you.
But they don't want other people to know that the Syndicate exists. It's like, okay, we want you to take care of this zombie problem, but we don't want nobody else.
We'll let you, we'll help you with some whatever you need, but just don't let anybody else.
Don't let anybody else find out, right?
We don't want mass hysteria.
And
then you have the scouts.
The scouts are the ones that go and find out as much information as they can about the hybrids. They find out like where they work, what's their schedule, where they live, all this good stuff.
The soap they use. I mean, really, it's like stalking.
Like, yeah, if they have...
They're stalkers.
If they go to the gym on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock all the time, so that it just makes it makes it easy for the guard to attack and kill them without nobody finding out what had happened. And then the elders. And
then we have the elders, and the elders, they may be ex-guards. Basically, they're highly ranked citizens of this syndicate society who basically, they uphold the laws that were first brought about when the syndicate was formed. The syndicate has been around for centuries, and that's how they found out the hybrids are starting to evolve, because they thought they killed them off and eradicated them. However, they're still around, and now they're more, it's easier for them to hide in society.
Right. So let's get to the good part.
So let's talk about some of the things about the book. Like she discussed before, I love that it's a male point of view. Is not a lot of books out there that are male point of view.
I'm trying to really think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know any offhand. I'm not saying
offhand. Any books that are male point of view.
I mean, Gone Girl. That was probably right before this one. I mean, right after this one, I read Gone Girl, and that was a male point of view and a female point of view. But start off with a male point of view.
Yeah. So let's talk about the romance aspect in this book.
The way that he meets Riley, and I think if you're watching this, that means you already know, is that during the council meeting, they go ahead. The guards are supposed to pick a name that the readers write down. They pick the name out of a draw of a hat. They pick their name. They get the name that they're supposed to, the person they're supposed to kill, and they got 2 weeks to kill him, or 10 days or something to kill him. So Vasi picks out Riley's name, and Riley being a gender, what is it, like a unisex name?
Yeah, unisex.
He thinking, okay, I'm gonna kill this person named Riley. Let me go and get it. His sister Rosie, who's younger than him, is a scout, and she's like, Vasi, this must be something wrong, because the Riley Bennett that I'm following is a female. And he's like, what? The Syndicate doesn't kill females. So he goes to his elder, who is Henry, and he's like, what's going on, Henry? Rosie said it was a girl that I'm supposed to kill. And he's like, the readers aren't wrong. I'm pretty sure they have good meaning to do that, for you to go ahead and kill this person. So just go on. So he's having mixed feelings about that. He decides he'll go and see Riley for himself. And
she's not a hybrid.
She's not a hybrid. She doesn't have any of the characteristics.
No, she's like a regular normal teenage girl, going about her business, working and everything like that.
Well, she's not a teenager. She's like a young adult.
You call her a young adult? Yeah, I
guess she got a job. She work at the.
She's 17.
Oh, but she live on her own and stuff.
I call her a teenager because she has a teen behind the number of her 18, 17. Teen.
I don't know.
Anyway, so, she's like a normal girl, she has, she goes to work, she comes home, she eats, she sleeps, and she goes about her business.
I love the fact that she is interracial.
Yes, she is interracial.
She's her mom's white and her dad, I think, is black. I think he's African American. I love that because this is probably the first book that is on a level of like that YA level that has or stars somebody who's not
interracial.
Who's interracial.
And you would have never known, which I love about what Shelena did, is that you would have never known that she was interracial
until the church scene.
What was awesome, by the way. He's like, why are we going to this?
Why am I African American Baptist church?
And she's like, and wait, it was the best part when she was like, she called her grandmom, or another word for grandma. I'm not sure. I can't remember that part, but he's like, what? Like,
yeah. I don't
that's
think
your grandma.
She my Medea, but
like, hold on,
to that effect where you know how
you're mixed.
You know how
mixed up.
Black people,
curly hair. Hello, know. I like she was explaining earlier. She loved the fact how they met each other. Riley has had these dreams that she's being chased, or she had a dream about the tattoo that Vasi has from his family, emblem on his arm, and he goes and does something stupid like cut himself to get closer to her.
She called her Nana.
Yeah, Nana's grandma. So she sees this symbol on his arm, and she's like, oh my gosh, this is the symbol that I had in my dreams about this guy who's gonna come and try to kill me. And she freaks out. So now he's like, oh, she's freaking out. Now I'm really going to have to go and find out, because now this is suspicious. She didn't do anything suspicious until now, and now I need to know what is going on. I'm going after this girl. So he tries to sneak up on her in the house and, find out what's going on. And, they have this scene where she has a shotgun. And it was like one of the best scenes for both of us. It's like, oh, this girl just came out with a loaded shotgun. And then that's when, her
they
neighbors. They
kind of get to know each other.
Yeah, and then,
he protects her.
And then he's confused because he's out there to, protect the human race from hybrids, and these hybrids are attacking this female. Right. And they don't usually attack females, they attack males because, they're stronger and they can get into other places of power. Like one of his targets was a senator. I was like, whoa, this guy's a senator? Like, dang, they're trying to infiltrate, And he's like, why are they coming after you? And she's like, I have no idea who these people are.
The thing of doubt is that Henry planted that doubt into his head that there's a somebody in our group that's going to turn on us.
Exactly. And so now Vasi's like, oh my gosh, this is me? Like, this is me.
But now he's like, there's nothing wrong with Riley.
Exactly.
Like, why would I kill her?
Right.
So he hasn't really made up his mind, even though he's catching feelings for her. He hasn't really made up his mind in the beginning of the book, or I would say beginning to mid of the book, what he's going to do with Riley, whether he's going to kill her or protect her.
Right.
Obviously, towards the end, he decides to vote on her and his sister and his family, and his family's legacy.
Right. I think. We've seen other people's reviews.
Oh my God, yes, and
I thought really trashing this book, and I don't think
it
deserves. I don't think it's just. I don't think it deserves the comments that were made. I mean, everyone has their opinions, and I'm all for opinions. Let everyone have their opinion. However, I think people didn't like.
I don't think
the romance part of it they didn't like is that
they didn't think it was enough romance.
Yeah, it's like
but this book is not a
romance novel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is about deception. This is about finding out truths about your own family, things that you didn't even know about your own self. Right. And I know some people did not.
Lead,
and some people did not like the fact that
don't let people just feed you still. Like if you feel as though that it's something going on and something wrong,
you trust your instinct.
Yeah, you trust your instinct.
You don't go off and just go with the group. I don't care if this is your family or not.
Right.
You don't go with the group. Okay, you trust your instincts. Your instincts is going to lead you right. And I mean, he's a warrior, and you have to trust your instincts. Right. And I think a lot of people did not like the fact that it was such he didn't have as much conflict about whether or not he was going to choose her
Right.
over his loyalty. And
Right.
it's like,
I think
well,
some of the reviews we was reading on Goodreads or some of the reviews we seen on Amazon was the fact, like, I'm gonna just sum it up. It's like I think they were upset at the fact that it wasn't up to us to kind of find out which one he was going to choose. He was pretty much like going to, it's kind of like it was made early on that he was going to choose Riley, and it wasn't no matter what Henry said or what Danny said or anybody. He was pretty much going to choose her, which rightfully so. Like, it was pretty much told to him, like, he found the signs from his dad. His dad telling him, like, don't trust everything that that is given to you, and that's why. They had the safe house, and he had like different passports
because
his family,
his family was
father
and
mom kind of they found out
his family was killed.
What was going on?
And he was small. His sister was his sister resistant? Yeah, she was small. She was tiny.
I think it was like he was in high school. Like he was like 15.
Oh yeah,
or something like that when his parents
when
he found his parents dead.
So basically, he found his parents dead.
Right.
Tied up.
I mean, brutally murdered.
Just murdered.
And so, with that said, it was like he kind of, made up his mind what was going to happen. Now, I will say that in the beginning, it kind of gave it took me a while to kind of get into it because, like I said, it's a new universe, and it's not the typical vampires. It's not the typical
fairies, werewolf.
Right. It's a different universe, so it takes you a while to kind of say, okay, so this is how it works, and it's this secret agency, and it took me a while as far as that, but I think by the time he picked Riley's name out of the little, I don't know, what was it, scrolled up paper, or I forget how they picked it, but
like he just gave out papers.
Yeah, he was just giving out papers, or they was picking it.
This for you, this
right.
This for you.
Once by that time I was like hooked.
Yeah,
like that book was,
really,
and then it was a fast and easy read.
Yeah, it was a very easy read. It was because
I read it on the way to. I was going somewhere and I read it on the way there, and I know you read it on the train coming back from New York. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's an easy read. It's fast once you, I think, get over the hurdle of it's different.
Now I know it is very well written. I like the confliction in the characters. Where, of course, his confliction is, do I trust this girl that I'm very attracted to? Over,
his part is very believable.
over the Syndicate, which is somebody who protected me, or a group that protected me and my family, who now I serve, and then you have Riley, who I'm gonna say this because like some of the reviews was like, oh, I like her character, however, it's like, no, I like her character. One, she's tough, okay? As soon as I seen the shotgun part, I said, this is the kind of heroine that needs to be in all the books that I like to read, okay? Any girl that has a shotgun has a place in my heart, And her confliction was, okay, I just met this guy who supposedly is really here to kill me, but now he doesn't want to kill me because he's conflicted. I'm learning
very
stuff.
Trusting.
Yes,
that's the only
I'm learning.
Thing that I think was a little bit
she
off
was,
because my thing is she was a little too trusting.
She was trusting because it was like, well, she has these dreams and now she sees these hybrids who coincidentally are her neighbors, and there's like a huge group of them now trying to come after her, and she's like, oh my gosh, he saved me from one, he can save me from the rest of them. I'm going to come to your house, I'm going to say, don't you leave me. Now that was a problem because I'm like, look, you could have brought them with you. How about that? Okay, you could have staged this whole fighting, tussling with this creature with a big neck. Okay, that part, to me, I would have been like, yeah,
I liked everything else. I like the fact when they
put me in a cuckoo house, and I'd rather be in a cuckoo house with my mom.
When they went to see her mom at the psych ward, and she, I like that. I like the fact that I like all of it.
I like the unraveling of she's more than who she thinks she is. Her family, there's more to her family than
it's like
she
all these secrets
realized that it was, and now he's like he's uncovering it for himself. That she is, she's might be a reader, or she might have family who was one, from the ancient families, So I did like that. And I mean,
and I like the fact that at the end when the fight scene between him and Alexandra.
Oh yeah,
and when
great.
he came into the council meeting,
that was the best part.
Look at Henry.
That was one of our best parts. Henry's like, how did he get out of there? This boy was supposed to be dead, and then he throwing. I think
he called the guy from the other like
I think did he have? See, I don't remember the end of it, but I think he either told Henry that Alexandru
found out, right?
Dead somewhere, or he had gave him something or something like that. And I was like, go ahead, Vasi. I know that's right. Stick it to Henry.
That was so good.
Stick it to Henry.
And of course, as soon as I was done the book, I had to write Shelena, of course. And,
because it was a cliffhanger.
It was a cliffhanger.
And she leaves it with, oh my gosh, are they going to have the baby? What happened to the mom? What's the rest of her history? Right. Is she really a part of the ancient families of the Syndicate? What's going on with Henry? Because now, the other elders know about his devious ways. What's going to happen with Danny? Is Danny going to be mad at Vasi because he outed his father? I mean, that's still his father. And all of a sudden, you just chose this girl over our friendship and the Syndicate and everything. You're just blowing this whole thing up.
And that was a good thing, too. Danny,
and what's going to happen with Rosie? What?
Danny was saying, I'm supposed to be your best friend, and you can't even trust me.
You can't trust me.
I kind of like that.
But I understand why Vasi is not, going to tell Danny everything because come on, you're still you're still the enemy's son.
Right. It's a conflict of interest. So I text Shelena with some questions. I asked her, will there be a sequel? And she said, a possible sequel hasn't been written yet, and she's still debating on the POV because I asked her, will we learn about Riley? That was my only thing, too. I think the beginning and just the Riley, the fact that we didn't know too much about her.
Yeah.
So I said, will it continue in the POV with Vasi, which I thought was, good. And she said she's still debating about that, and that the title of the sequel may be called The Council. Also, she said, about the POV, she said, it really is important if she does decide to switch to POV because it has a lot to do with hidden secrets.
Yeah.
So she's just going through a lot of ideas. And I also asked her, is there anything else you want to let, other Shelena Shorts fans out there know? And she said just to share her continued thanks and the support and kind thoughts constantly motivates her to write good books. So,
Right.
That was from Selena.
Yay, Selena.
Yeah.
So, Allison, is this a buy it, a loan it, or a burn it, step on it, crush it into the ground?
No, I think it's a buy it. I think people should go out and buy it because it really is good. And I have these phases, and now I'm pretty much not in any type of paranormal phase right now.
Right, vampire, werewolf. We're not in the regular phase in that anymore.
Like I told you, I just got out of the angel phase.
Right.
So this is a fresh start.
This is for me. This is a buy it. I love her books because they're based on these scientific type of facts that
Do you think this is better than her other
with the Pace series?
The Pace series.
I'm gonna be real. No, I love the Pace series.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
that was more of a romantic book.
It was a romantic book,
and I think that's why people had so many conflicts on Goodreads. People had so many conflicts on Goodreads because they were thinking that they were getting.
This is a different level book. You have a book that's about the science and
just like with Stephanie Meyer with the Twilight versus the host. Yes, the host had some romantic aspects in it, but it was really a girl trying to trying to find herself, you know, and try to get.
And authors are not going to just stay in one realm. They're going to branch out. You know, they have to branch out. I mean,
not everybody. There's some people authors out there
you think they just stay in one.
They just. I mean, and it works for them.
Yeah,
some authors
does.
you want that. You want like a. You know, you want those like Walter Mosley to pull out them easy rolling books. You know. We don't really need the Johnny Fry. We don't need you to be writing Johnny Fry.
Don't be writing Johnny Fry.
We want you to write Easy Rollins. Like, you know, there's some people that you look forward to. Oh, so and so, like Dean Koontz going to come out with a nice little murder mystery with a scientific twist. Thank you.
Right.
We don't really want him to start writing, you know, BDSM. Like,
Can you imagine that?
We don't want to see that.
Oh my God.
I don't want to see that.
But I mean, to me, I think this was a good book. It was a little slow in the beginning to, you know, start, but as soon as, like Allison said, you break that point about
picking up. It was good.
Riley, it picked up and it just shoot it off, and it left it left us with a cliffhanger.
Did I read it in a day?
I don't know.
I think
it
I
might have been
made
like
2 days.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 days.
I was sick that day
you were.
I did not feel like getting on that train, and I was like, what am I going to do on this train?
And I was like, read the book like I did on a train.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
It's a train reading book.
It is a train reading book. It's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would recommend it as a buy. And you can buy it on Kindle. Don't forget, we're going to have all of the information in the comment box below. You know, like this. If you want to see more reviews, please let us know. Tweet us, email us. Last video, I forgot to put the our emails address up there.
Right.
But you could do that. You could tweet us. You can email us. Follow Shelena, and I'll have her information in the box below as well. Her Goodreads information and her Twitter and all that good stuff. So, you know, we like it.
We like it. So, give it a try.
Give it a try.
All right. Adios.
See you next time.